Hey ratbags, it's me once again with more teases coming to you. The public test branch has given us a whole bunch of new stuff that we can talk about and speculate. Have we got the Endgame cocktail to make us big again? Brand new green shield bug is on its way. The Black Widow has been confirmed, and there's seemingly another type of robot. Huge, massive new dungeons are being worked on underneath the ground. And it looks like we're getting even more new kind of elemental status effects to be added to our weapons, like sour. So for all that, make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe for the best place for grounded news, guides and previews. Let's go. So shout out to Max Fox for this one. He's a streamer and I think he does some YouTube sometimes as well. But go and check him out on Twitch. He's currently playing a bunch of games, but he's a big into grounded. So he gave me this first tip on this one. You find a link to his channel down below in the comment section. Max let me know that there was some sort of strange shenanigans going on by the shed door. We had to turn the volume right up to make sure we got all the sounds, but it's basically the music and maybe the ambience. You get the idea, there's brand new music, but not only that, when you go ahead and save your game, it actually lists this place as the Undershed area. So we may not be going into the shed, that's been confirmed by the devs in the past, not at the moment anyway, but it does look like we'll be going under. A whole big new biome to explore, I'm guessing at 1.0 release. Do remember, although we've had work done with the upper yard, we aren't going to be getting any other biomes or really finished biomes, I do believe, until 1.0. Now the upper yard does have its own secrets, but they're not exactly secrets that no one else can find. You'll all be able to go and see that there's another tub, and it seems to be some sort of tunnel underground that we can't actually access yet unless you use cheats to skip through the actual scenery. But it's a small tunnel that actually goes to the lid, and it's a bit of a weird one. But yeah, I love this brand new biome anyway. I think it looks amazing. I can't wait to explore this when it's all done. While we're sticking with the themery of the map, you've seen this rock maybe just on the middle kind of flower bed for a while now. It's just below the scanner that's there. It's had some small tunnels and it basically led to just a large square that you could see through towards the pond. But guess what? They've expanded this massively now. The tunnels go on for absolute ever. It seems like this could be one of the biggest dungeons we've ever had in Grounded. Just look at the size of it all. So very excited about that and the possibilities of what that means in the future. Again, not maybe necessarily a secret, but the honeypot has been puzzling me. Obviously, there's no beehive anymore in the game, so does that mean it's making way for wasp hives, or are we just going to get a new location? But the honey seemingly looks like it's going to be dripping from the top of its handle. Shout out to Spicy11 Mods. That really made me think about this. And yeah, look inside. Unless we're going to be blowing off the lid with like a bomb or something to get out the honey, which could be a possibility still, I think the honey will just be dripping from there. Next up, we've got the green shield bug and that shield. Yes, we know now that we need green shield bug parts, so they finally made it its own creature, so they can shut everyone up going on, it's just a reskin. Sure sign, some people really don't know how games are made. Anywho, yes, we know it's needed for the new upgraded torch, but there is a green shield bug shield in the game as well. And it's exactly how I said I wanted another shield to be, actually pointed and not round, and this is the perfect chance. I can't wait to get my hands on this eventually when it does get added. Also looks like we're going to be getting another grenade. Yes, hopefully something a bit more useful than the Shinobi Seize. Sorry devs, I love you guys, but the Shinobi Sneeze is absolutely useless. Please make that better. But the Rust Nugget bomb, I'm guessing, is going to be something that maybe stuns creatures a little bit more than average. It says it's made out of hard-packed pebble dust. Not very good as a handheld tool, but can stun on impact when thrown. So yeah, that'd be great, another tool to our arsenal to stun creatures and then wade in there and hopefully get them done. Now again, some of these other cheats we've reported on for years now, like the hardened sprigs and obviously most recently the mantis stuff, so I'm not going to go over that stuff again. But yeah, the green shield bug parts you can see, they're part of the Everchar torch. I'm expecting them to be added to the shield in the future. As always, don't take it gospel that any of this stuff is coming. The devs may change their mind and never actually add it properly. But we can see that honey is still in there. I'm expecting us to be able to make honey traps in the future, since the honey traps were in the base game way back when. Now on to the brand new candy. Obviously we've got spicy, but we've also got sour candy, a mouth puckering splinter from a sour candy. Now I was trying to think maybe this was just the Halloween sweets left over and they maybe just didn't decide to go with sour, but there is another type of candy as well. So it does look like this might be another elemental thing coming into the game in the future. Then we've also got Pop Rocks, a snack, but also gives you a buff of Sugar Rush. So what I think this is the dusty stuff that you could get in packets that used to be sour and make your mouth pop. With obviously the biggest clue that it is indeed originally was called Pop Rocks. So that'd be pretty cool. What could sour actually change or do though? I was kind of thinking maybe it would add more stun. We've kind of already got heat element, we've already got cold element, and we've already got kind of like piercing element. Something to make your weapons more either blunt or more stun damage, I think that would probably be the way. Moving on to the cards, you know there's gold ones, you've got a chance of getting them like 1% or 10%, obviously going to be tweaked and worked on if you kill and loot them, and obviously you can get all the cards just by peeping them. Lots of crashes happened originally when this update first went live with peeping all the creatures, so maybe avoid, but Chillax sent me this picture. It was actually taken from the Discord chat, so you can scroll up and find it yourself, but he actually asked one of the devs about it and Andy replied. So the robot was a new version of a robot, or a lesser one. Ruz T is actually what we was going to change the Oak Lab Tase T to. A weaker version that's not as hard for new players, but we decided just to remove it from the lab instead. The Black Widow, no comment, smiley lick face, I think. Could the brand new Black Widow spider actually be living underneath the Undershed? I absolutely love the addition of these cards. I think it's one of the great ideas to have the Beast 3. It really gives everyone a helping hand in learning how to take on creatures. So the Unreal Engine unlocker that I use shows off a bunch of stuff. And again, some of this stuff has been taken out, so we know it's not maybe going to be put back in, as far as we know, like armor glue and other items like the berry skin wraps. And of course, with the new mutations, we might not need boxing gloves anymore because you can get the mutation that gives you more unarmed damage. But there are still some mysteries we need to resolve, like the compass. You guys were telling me the other night in stream that dragonflies do have fangs as well as scales and more, so we could potentially see a boss fight being a dragonfly. The dragonfly slayer has been in there from day one again, but we've never seen any other news about it. And things like the clover glider, is that going to be a reality? Are we going to get upgrades for that? As well as obviously the harpoon gun and stuff. So again, some of this stuff is pretty old and I've covered it, but just because it did kind of add a bit more to the conversation lately. With the pond obviously being reworked a little bit, the top one, it looks like hopefully we will be heading there to face off against more dangerous creatures, especially now we know that there's going to be another pagoda and some sort of pink plastic thing there. Also worth noting that a lot of the Mantis stuff has had its art removed now. It simply just lists it, but it doesn't actually show it. Which I do think means the devs just want maybe dickheads like me not showing everything off all the time and wanting to try to keep some things surprise, hopefully for full release. One thing I will say though, Limestone, it's got the actual art of a spear. Now it's not always precise, some of these pictures always do get a bit mixed up, but Limestone has been in game again, it was in the dev world, and it didn't really look like any different from any other rock, it looked just the same. So could we be seeing something like this added in the future? Imagine if it was like a quarry stone area where it's just filled with these big ravines of nothing but hard stone, and maybe that's where you could get some limestone to maybe make a new spear? I admit that one's a big reach, but you know, it is there like I said, and we do get another glimpse at the green shield bug there as well. And a bunch of other stuff, which leads me probably to some of the last stuff. So this one's not so much a secret, but we do get a hint of what we're going to be needing. But basically, once you give all the blah. Once you give all of the quest items, the super chips to Burgle, he'll go through the story with you a little bit more now and tell you that you're going to be needing the embiggening device or cocktail or recipe. And this is the actual recipe for it so far. Berry leather, koi fish scales, gum nuggets, and 2 mystery resources, obviously needing 5 of them. If you take real good notice, you'll notice that these items we've already going to be getting, like the berry leather, the koi, they do kind of represent the biomes where we've gone and faced big laboratories. So the pond, the hedge, and of course the haze. Now there's 4 super chips that we have to give over to Burgle, so is the 4th resource obviously just not been listed at the moment, or does it mean, yeah, there's going to be another 2 major biomes with actual proper story and quest items in them? If you listen to Burgle, he'll pretty much tell you this is going to make you bigger. Well, at least it's like the fuel cell to help you with the spacer that's going to make you bigger. So there we go. That's the latest secrets digested, spoken about. You guys let me know what you think some of that stuff means. Will it all come to the game? Some of it maybe not. And now I'm going to go back to just the regular stuff of more guides and news. Let's go. I'm loving Grounded at the moment. I hope you guys are too.